You're listening to the Gag On This podcast.
I see you standing up and I want to knock you down.
Yes, it is. Super. All right. This is the Gag On This podcast. Episode description. We'll have the show and guest social media. Like and follow us everywhere. YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, some other places. Probably Facebook. I should probably, Facebook. We have one. Subscribe to our YouTube. Hear the episode 2 days before it is released. Like what you hear, leave a review. Hate what you hear. I got one word: Ukraine. Yeah. Take of that what you will. Very ominous, isn't it? All right. I am Big Nick. I am joined by my Portuguese lover, disc golf aficionado, Rob.
Yeah, hello.
Who's freshly shaven. Look at that, Auntie Vice. He shaved just for you.
I really appreciate it. He's looking good.
No, that's
Steve Money might want to take a hint.
Oh, leave him alone.
I'm giving him a hard
looks
time
better
today.
on his worst day than I do on my best, so we're good.
Well, speaking of C Money, we got Vice President of Sacramento Poet Society, Poet Laureate, all around good guy, Sharon.
Hey, what's going on, everybody?
Danny D may be here, may not. I don't know. It doesn't matter because the important people are here. Oh, wait. She just messaged me. She said, I'm going to be a little late. Yeah, no shit. If you didn't know it was fucking recording day, you're going to be late, Danny. But that doesn't matter because we got another female here. Our guest, rounding out the podcast month, is none other than host of Fat Chicks on Top. You know her. You love her. It's goddamn Auntie Vice. Woohoo.
Thank you. And thank you for having me back on the show. I love seeing all y'all.
Yeah, you're like... I think you're the guest that's been on the most.
This would be my third time, so probably.
Yeah, because we did the original one where we met Sharon, and he talked about eating out a transgender vagina.
Yes, he did.
He did talk about that. And
we sang.
We did
sing.
That was one of my favorite moments of the podcast.
Was Sharon there for it?
Yes, he was. He had not heard Country Road.
Oh,
no.
Yeah.
Oh, no. I thought that was Danny. Danny was like, I don't know what that is because she's Italian.
Yeah.
She was like Feligali or whatever the fuck. And then also Auntie Vice was on, and mad respect for her because not many people in today's society would have done it. We discussed with and Jason Anderson,
Yep.
Auntie Vice. We had a thing where we openly discussed, the issue. What was it?
Some gay
band?
stuff. Yeah.
It was a very special episode.
Very best about being gay and shadow banning and cancel culture and all of that good stuff.
Thank you, Auntie Vice, for saying that, because I did not want to be the person to be like, we had an episode where we talked about gay stuff.
But
no,
and that's where we learned that Bag of Dicks tasted horrible.
Yes, that was the Bag of Dicks episode.
Had nothing to do with it being a gay episode. It just happened to be.
Yeah, and Jason Anderson was all over Rob. I remember that.
He was?
Not all, like verbally, like you talk about being hairy, and he's like, oh, yes.
Yeah.
Before we get into it, I don't want to, but we have to. Rob is a cunt. He picked Amazing Jonathan on his Deadpool, and lo and behold, Amazing Jonathan passed away at the age of 63.
Dang.
I've had him on my team for the past 3 years, so
You did.
So Rob got 25 points for Robert Durst, right?
something like that.
And now
I'm
he
at 59
has,
right now.
and now he has 37 points with Amazing.
So I'm at 59 total. I got 22 for Durst.
Fucking frustrating. And here I am, hoping that the queen eats it from COVID because that's the only way I'm going to get decent points.
Yeah. She'll live forever just to spite her fucking jug-eared son.
Ouch.
All right. One thing I do want to say, Auntie Vice, is thank you for the wedding present you sent me.
Oh, you're quite welcome.
Yeah, I don't know if I told Rob this. Sharon, you don't know, Sharon?
Oh,
I don't think so.
She sent me her submissive workbook. And then what was the other one you sent me?
I know. I sent you did I send you the cookbook? I think I sent you the
Yes.
cookbook.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
it's a cuck book.
Cook.
Nick would like that as well.
When Sharon promotes them, it's one is how to get a man, the other is how to keep him.
Nice.
Nice.
So yeah, since some people may only be, meeting you for the first time on YouTube and such, explain your, I guess it's a career, right?
It is technically.
Well, no, I mean, like, I didn't know if you had like a day job, and then I'm like,
No.
I'm pretty sure this is what she does for her day job.
This is my day job. Yes. So I am a full-time sex and kink educator. I spend my days mostly writing about kink and sex and putting it on different blogs. I've now been picked up by Cosmo on a regular basis. So I'm
Nice.
No shit.
Yeah, I am regularly cited in Cosmo for my tips on various sex positions and other fun things, including an upcoming one on new tips for writing his face when you're a fat chick. So
Really?
yeah.
Nice.
And then most of my evenings I teach. I'm on class number 28 tonight
Very
for
cool.
the year. Yep.
Is it like just different people each class, or is it the same?
Some fans who come back, and in January I do a 30-day class that's a deep dive into kink and sexuality that has a base of about 17 people and a few who will come for like half of them or whatever. But yeah, tonight I've got them from around the world. I've got, I think, 93 enrolled, and
Nice.
it's all on loving someone who lives with a mental illness. Yep. So yes, it is a full-time job. It was not the job I went to school for, but it is a full-time job.
So, sorry, I was trying to. I came across a weird article on Vice about face sitting when you're a fat chick. You said you teach a class on how to love someone with a mental illness?
Yes, actually, I do quite a few classes around mental and physical illnesses and sexuality because it impacts the way you can connect with somebody, right? If you live with a partner who's chronically depressed or very anxious, there are different things to take into consideration. And then also understanding things like most of the drugs we use to treat mental illness cause things like vaginal dryness and erectile dysfunction. So how do you have those conversations? How do you cope with that when, and not have you or your partner feel bad, and as a partner get your needs met as well as meeting the needs of their partner? Because this is both of you. You can't just be a caretaker, right? It's not all about the person who has a chronic illness or a mental illness. So yes, I teach on those as well as practical classes, blow jobs, setting up scenes, that type of stuff.
Scenes like a porn?
Well, for kink scenes, porn will be coming. Yes, I am actually in talks with a website to shoot my first 3 porns in front of the camera.
Nice.
Yes.
Sharon's shaking his head.
No, because I went to him and I said, "Babe, do you want to do the audio like in a porn studio? Do you mind watching me and doing the audio?" And the negotiation consisted of, you got to keep your heart on under wraps, and then I'll take care of you after.
And he said, he's shaking his head. No,
I gotta keep the sound checks. Okay, you gotta be okay now.
Be all professional.
We need another take.
Basically. That wasn't a good one. You gotta flutter it up a little bit. Come on. Get him, director. Come on, tell this.
But no, my study of the scenes class is more around understanding how the senses work. So if you want to do kind of an elaborate role play scene or a kink scene, how you can manipulate different things to make it sexier or make it more, some people like fear play. So I do a whole thing around setting up a scene with it the movie It. So like you have the red
Pennywise.
balloon floating outside the bedroom door, and they come in and it's dark and it's lit with like flashlights or glow sticks. So you get that feeling that it's in a tunnel. You spray the bread sheets down with a little mist so they're kind of damp, and you get all of the, you know, you don't have to have a ton of stuff to really all of a sudden you're playing that creepy It music. Like you can really get into this type of stuff and really play with your partner and their responses. And you could do the other end and play Country Road Take Me Home and have some hay bales and come in a pony costume.
Holy shit. Where the fuck is Danny
She's
coming
at
from?
beverages and more.
Bevmo.
Oh, Danny
can't hear
is
you.
No sound.
So yeah, I guess it would be a better fetish than like Chucky. But
I mean, everybody's got their thing.
I guess.
I think it's so strange. Like Danny D comes to this podcast in the weirdest locations. Like she is literally in the back room of, I assume, like Rob said, a Bevmo, liquor store, bar. Nope.
Is it on? Is it plugged in and on?
Yeah, I
Like
saw
the switch on the
eyebrow raise.
on the actual mic.
No, there isn't. Not the one she has. Hold on. Hey, babe. Auntie Vice says she can set a scene where I'm it, and we have sex. Would you be up for that?
Man.
No. Yeah, she said no.
How about
She hates
how about if you're
clowns.
Chucky?
What about Chucky?
Am I a whale and I'm going to swallow you whole? How about that?
No.
What?
She
I have
can
a
be a whale and swallow. I have a class that'll teach that too. Just relax.
I didn't see a problem with that. I mean, would you be Daniel? Jonah and the whale?
No, I have a fear of whales. That's why she's fucking.
Oh.
Really?
Yes.
What the fuck?
That's unique.
That's very specific.
You
And
guys
it's
are
not like
really
you see-
just finding this out?
we live in Sacramento. There's no fucking whales.
Landlocked
for
a little
hours.
bit. Really?
So I went to Maui
Oh, the story.
in oh, and she's gone. I went to Maui in February, which is when humpback whales show up.
Mm-hmm.
We went snorkeling, and I was snorkeling underneath. And you know how in water sound travels pretty fucking well.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you could hear them off in the distance making their songs, and it felt like they were right fucking there.
That's
So-
kind of amazing.
So every time I heard it, I looked up and I was like, oh shit, it's right behind me. Ruined snorkeling. Then we're on the boat, we're leaving. All of a sudden they say we have to stop because you can't have your motor going when a whale goes by. Whale comes up right underneath the fucking boat, and I'm like, we are gonna tip over. I'm like, this is
So you weren't afraid of them before that.
no, I wasn't.
Okay.
I was like,
okay, that
I could-
actually makes sense.
and then and now they find it funny because my wife is Hawaiian and her dad is Hawaiian. They send me videos of people close to getting eaten by whales. And I'm like, exactly. This is why I'm a tasty fucking shrimp.
So are you afraid of, like, does it have to be a whale or like dolphins? How do you feel about them?
Dolphins are fine.
Okay.
Like at any, I mean, that animal is too big. There's no reason it should exist. It is scary as fuck. And it sucks shit in.
I mean, I would think the killer whale would be more your disturbance, but regular whales, okay, I can get it.
I mean, yeah, I'm not about to hop in a fucking thing with killer whales either. But I'm
Right.
just saying, humpback, fuck that, dude.
With your explanation, it makes more sense.
Mhm. Mhm.
Yeah, and I honestly thought they were right behind me, coming up to eat me the whole fucking time.
But weren't you excited? Like, oh my God, we're gonna go snorkeling, we're gonna have fun, and then it's like, oh shoot, this freaked me out.
Yeah, I was excited, and then we went to this place, and then it was like they were right on my ass the whole fucking time, and it was scary. It was scary.
Sorry you feel that way, man. It's new. I shouldn't say anything. I should be going on my own well experience. Like, I know how you feel, Nick. God dog, they're like right behind me.
Yeah,
You're afraid of the deer up here. Okay. There's no room to
I'm
talk.
not afraid of the
Ooh.
deer. I'm afraid that they look at me like they're gonna punk me. They look at you like, what are you doing here?
like they're gonna punk you.
They do. They come up and they go like, And they stop and they look at you like, you ain't going this way. I'm like, I'm not going that way. I just walked back the other way.
I mean, it's not as sad as deer, but I've gone backpacking where like part of the wilderness was like pasture land.
Yeah.
So you're walking around like 30 cows.
Yeah, okay.
And they all stop and stare at you. You're like, you know what? If something set these things off, I'm dead because I'm getting trampled. So I kind of get it, but come on, Bambi.
Hold on, Danny.
We sat down with the deer up here.
Danny D has joined us. Hello, Danny.
Hey,
Yay!
Hey, how you doing?
Here. So where are you?
Yeah.
I'm at Suite 9. I'm at a bar. It's a
Are you
bar.
Are you in the back?
Yeah, I'm in the back.
You must
They are
have.
not hurting for booze. That's for sure.
You must have the greatest confidence. Like, did you just walk up to them and be like, "Hey, can I do a podcast in your fucking back room?"
Yeah, that's what I did. That's exactly what I did, actually.
That's confidence right there.
That was my bad.
Uh-oh.
He's on the phone
Oh, you froze.
with that face.
Whatever. I don't know what to tell you guys.
Okay.
Fuck you guys.
All right, we
Really?
see that.
It's not us.
Really? Why are you always so defensive?
It literally
He's
is
flipping
frozen
us
on
off
her,
because
giving us the
her
fucking
shit
middle
doesn't
finger.
work. So
Danny,
Am
do
I
you just
still frozen?
do you just want to just plug your shit and then head out?
No.
Oh, okay.
Just deal with it.
I mean, we're fine. You're the one that's getting frozen in some awkward facial expressions, buddy. Nope. Yep. Just like that.
All right, whatever. Just want to say hi, Auntie Vice. You guys have fun.
Howdy.
Plug your stuff. You got stuff coming up.
Yeah, I sure do. I don't know what. I'm really high right now, so
Oh, you?
I was prepared to do all this not at 5. But I just want to come on and say hi to Vice.
Hey.
Well,
I'm
we'll put it
frozen.
in the show notes.
My
Yeah.
internet's on like my line. Yeah. All right, boys.
All right. Later.
I'm not sure if that's gone or she's just stuck.
I know.
Sorry, Auntie.
It's all good. It's all good. I got you guys here.
Did she leave? Danny?
So you got the teaching, you're doing the articles. You've been published a few times, right?
Yep.
So you got the cookbook, you got the submission.
Yeah, I have the big workbook for submissives, which is kind of a perennial bestseller. And it's a workbook like you get for your kids over the summer to do a deep dive into submission and desire. And last year I put out the second volume, or 2 years ago now, of Love Letters to a Unicorn, which is a book that looks at the intersection of feminism, policy and politics, and BDSM. And I did a revise because I found out it got picked up as a college textbook. So I got rid of some of the stuff that is less appropriate for college classes.
Holy shit. So are you marking that motherfucker up like most college textbooks?
No, because I think that it's such a scam.
It is.
It is.
You might as well take it, take benefit from it and fucking.
I can't screw over college students. I couldn't screw them over when I was a professor. When I was a professor, the college bookstore would only buy back so many of the texts. So certain students are forced to buy new ones every year.
Right.
And I would give my outgoing students my schedule for the next class and just say, hey, if you want to drop by at the end of the first or second class and sell your textbook for $20, so if they don't buy it back, come by. Because you shouldn't be ripping off. College is expensive enough. So I try to make it a little more accessible for college kids.
And then what, you resell it back to the kids that are coming in?
Yeah, they could come in, and if other kids wanted to buy the book for $20 or whatever, and pick it up there instead of having to buy a new one from the bookstore. Yeah, I undercut the school bookstore.
Why aren't you my teacher?
She's a wonderful person, but she will also tie you up and beat the fuck out of you.
Exactly. And that's why I'm a wonderful person, is I get to tie people up and beat the fuck out of them.
Yeah, I know.
I like how Sharon's like, why can't you be my teacher? You're fucking banging her. She can be.
I'm sure she's
wants.
taught you plenty.
Yeah.
The best thing is when I get ridiculous toys into review. Like I got one from Big Shock. I'm sure he told you about it. It's like, what is it? It's like 9 inches high by 9 inches wide. And it's a fantasy. Yeah, it's a Cyclops is what they marketed as, Cyclops dildo. But they marketed it as an anal dildo. And 9 inches in circumference is stupid. I can't even get my mouth around it, let alone anything else, right?
Was that the one you sent me?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
We showed it on here.
Yeah.
It had like scales and shit.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I was, of course, when it's ridiculous like that, I sent it to my sister, a picture to her, and she's like, yeah, you should just go waggle it at Sharon and say, time to pay rent. So that may or may not have happened on more than one occasion now.
She threw that and a whip at me. I was like, what the heck is that? It's like, so it's a whip. It's like, that's not even better.
Farm animals need toys too.
Literally.
This, we're just going to put it in the garden as a gnome. I'm going to put a little hat on it, glue some eyes on it. It's going to sit out there. It's bigger than the garden gnomes I already have.
Googly eyes would be perfect.
Yeah, it works really well with my color scheme, you know.
That's all we need. Take pictures with a squirrel coming up going, hey. It's like, what the heck is up with that squirrel?
That's how we scare off the deer. Keep them out of the front yard for you.
Yeah, so they don't punk them.
That's what I'm running. If they are out there, they group up. They group up. They terrorized our dog here. That dog was, our dog basically walked up to the baby deer. That mom came out of nowhere.
You don't fuck with baby deer.
You don't fuck with baby animals, period.
Yeah.
That was the only thing. I saw that. I saw her wounds. I was like, damn, they beat the crap out of you.
You leave that stuff on the Discovery Channel to white guys with low IQs.
Yeah.
They are the ones who fuck with stupid animals.
I thought we did have a cat when I lived in Castro Valley that it would just attack everything. And it was attacking a deer's back feet, and the deer just pissed all over it.
Oh, pissed on him. I thought I kicked him. Ooh.
Nope, didn't kick him. Just pissed all over him and just ran as cats do when they get wet. It's like, you gotta lick that off.
I'm not, hold on, I'm confused. So how, I mean, I seen dogs, how they just lay the leg up and just piss on them, but how did the cat just go under him and then?
The cat was just like, you know how like they will grab stuff and just kind of roll around and grab like a scratch post and just kind of gnaw and kick with their back feet. Right. It was doing that. And then it just, I don't think the deer was trying to piss on it to get rid of it. It was because it didn't really seem bothered by it. Okay. But it just happened to piss on the cat. And the cat just took off like crazy. And I don't think I ever saw it go after it again.
That's awesome.
It's not into pee porn.
Sharon, maybe that's what you need to do. Next time you see a deer, just whip out your dick and start pissing on it.
It might come at me. I mean, there's some, even the deer, when we drive up, you'll see them. I mean, they'll just look at you like, are you going to hit me or what? Like, I don't know what you want.
They might be attracted to the salt in the pee. That would be a bad call.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So don't pee in your yard.
Yeah. Well, we have some eucalyptus. Well, we have leaves and stuff, bushes that they basically gnaw on. Mm-hmm. We've seen like 6 deep deer come in here. I was like, oh snap, there's a lot of deer. You turn the light on, they're like, hey, this in the dark. They're just like, what's going on?
Sharon just treats it like gang members when there's that many in the driveway. Yes. I'm just gonna wait till you leave. Make sure you're out of my yard, then I'll pull in and come out of the car.
Don't make eye contact.
Try not to. I try not to. It's just like, well, I don't see
no
you.
gang colors, you know. It's
they that look like.
So, Auntie Vice, one thing I do want to talk about, because you opened my eyes to this the first time you were on, is that when it comes to being a submissive, it doesn't necessarily always mean in the sexual sense, like in the bedroom. Because you were talking about there's people that I don't want to say necessarily get off, but that like putting out a 5-course meal, and that's a way of being a submissive.
Yeah, service is a big aspect of kink for a lot of people, both submissives and dominants. Not everything is sexual in it. And so serving someone, whether it be ironing your partner's clothes for work or preparing a large meal or making the vacation plans, can all be a sign. It's an expression of love, right? You have the different love languages. Service is a love language. And for some people, providing that type of help is really thrilling. Like, it makes you feel good. It gives your partner the help they need. It makes things easier in the household. Like, that can be a great part of it. You know, it can be a lot of fun. Can you imagine if you guys came home and your wife had your favorite drink ready for you when you came through the door and a dinner ready and like,
not even a little.
Hold on. Why is that? Why you think it'll be like something's wrong here? Who died?
Like, yeah. What did you do? What do you want?
Yeah. So wait a minute. So your wives, if they do something nice to you, you think something's up. There's a reason.
I know something's up. Wait, the kitchen's clean. What the fuck happened?
Where's the kid? It's like,
no, I have friends who are not morning people, and they'll get up like at 4:30 in their morning to make their husbands breakfast and prepare them lunch and send their husbands off to an early day and then go back to bed for an hour or two, rather than just staying in bed, because that's how they show support and love for their partners. Like, hey, honey, okay, I've packed you your lunch and here's your coffee and have a good day. And
that's not her language.
I think what you're describing is an episode of Bewitched.
It can be. That 1950s housewife really is a thing. I have the full double skirted aprons. I polish the silver. I love that stuff.
But isn't it tough? Like, so you get, at some point, doesn't someone say, well, you do all that stuff? Isn't that like spitting on feminism? Right. Which I disagree, but I mean, I could see where they're going. It was like, well, isn't that so you don't have to do that shit?
Right. So that's where BDSM and especially the kind of 1950s role play type of stuff came into heads with second wave feminism, because second wave feminism was about breaking from all of those traditional roles. We're in what's called third wave feminism, which is more about choice. And with kink and in BDSM, it's around negotiation. Right. Mm-hmm. I will do this. I will take on these responsibilities. I will give over these responsibilities to make this the relationship we want. And it's a very conscious decision making on it. Like, I will do this, but in these areas, I still retain control. Like, I will never blend finances after my last marriage. Sharon knows this. I'm like, it'll be prenup and separate bank accounts, because I am not giving over control of my money. It cost me $15,000 to get out of a marriage. I'm not into doing that again. So, and all of you all are frozen. Am I still frozen?
We can hear you.
Now you're good.
Okay. Like, all your faces froze. And I'm like, wait.
You froze, but you're good.
Okay. So it's about having that conscious negotiation around power and around roles in a relationship. Most of us who've had, vanilla and kind of heterosexual relationships modeled for us in monogamy, you go into a relationship with an assumption of partner A does this bit, partner B does this bit. And a lot of the conflicts, especially in heterosexual marriages, come up when the assumptions about what men and women do aren't the same. Right. Or aren't what works for you. Yeah. The roles. So in kink and BDSM, when you have those conversations up front, like, I am willing to give up decision-making power over these things, but I need to keep it over this. And this is how I want it balanced, makes it a much more balanced, and you're much more open-eyed going into the relationships. Right. Even over things like who initiates sex. Right. Making that decision of, well, I hate initiating it, but my partner needs me to show some interest on some level and like tap him on the shoulder and say, hey, babe, roll over. So it's not always on him. Right. You're not always waiting for that poke in the back in the middle of the night. Right. Sometimes you've got to figure out who's going to do what in these terms. So that's one of the things that draws people into kink and BDSM is it's a lot more communication, but it's a lot more communication, right? You get to address the power differentials, and, so it works on lots of levels like that. So for folks who enter that and enjoy that type of kind of domestic service, I love that stuff. I absolutely love it. So it's not a problem for me to go, hey, babe, I'll iron all your shirts. He has no problem with me ironing his shirts. So it works that way. But it's a conscious understanding of that's how we've set this up.
Nice.
This thing that you're doing to shirts, what is that called again?
Iron it, yeah.
Okay.
So I know you got to get out soon. I do want to cover one thing before you go.
We've got 20 minutes or so.
Yeah, well, this is gonna
take 20 minutes or so.
This is a great fucking article, and I'm curious because you test certain things, so I want to get your opinion on it. Before we do though, plug your social media, plug stuff you got coming up, all that stuff.
Sure. I'm Auntie Vice on most social media, especially Twitter and Instagram. And you can find all of my classes, my newsletter, and more at Linktree/Auntie Vice.
All right. Sharon, wake up.
You can catch me on our next show, The Wind Down, over at Galt, over at Valencian Winery. I'll be DJing. We have several new comedians on there for you. Just check it out on Valencian. That is VALESIN, Valencian Winery in Galt. Check it out on March 3rd.
Nice. Robert.
Get my side project, Stand Up Dad podcast. I do that with my buddy Mike. It is currently on hiatus, but there's over 140 episodes you can check out, and hopefully we'll be back soon-ish.
All right. And then follow me on Twitter at TheBigNickJ. I'll be guesting on Historic Whole podcast. Let's see. I'll be guesting on Ignorance Was Bliss.
Historic Whole?
Yeah.
Like Susan B. Anthony? What? I don't know.
No. He wants to branch out, and they say they dig my Twitter. So I was like, all right, let's do this. And then I'll also be guesting on Gutting the Sacred Cow, which is where I am going to convince them that a very popular movie is dog shit.
Which movie?
Let me see what I sent them. Oh, it's Leon the Professional.
Never even heard of it.
Yeah, it's with
It's okay.
That French guy.
Yeah, it's not great.
It's a lot of them.
Well, what sucks is I wanted it to be The Shining, Stanley Kubrick's version, because it's fucking dog shit. But somebody already did it. It pissed me off. Also, next week we have Atlanta comedian Damon Sumner coming on. I'm super excited for that. That'll be a good one. Okay. So I came across this article, which the headline alone, whoever did this, you are amazing. All right. Nope, that's a dildo.
Yes, that is the dildo.
You looked for it, didn't you?
Yeah, I did. Okay. So the headline reads, 5 vibrators that treat your clit like a pigeon getting sucked into a jet engine.
Wow.
That's beautiful.
Published on Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
Well, it's The Reductress, which is a satire website. I love The Reductress. I follow them avidly.
Oh, so this may not be like real vibrators?
They are real vibrators. They don't suck like a jet engine, but the new trend in vibrators are sucking vibes, right? Most of them use either air or a combination of air and sonic pulses to create sucking feelings on the clitoris rather than vibration feelings on the clitoris. And they are amazing. The Womanizer is probably the most popular version of this.
Well, let's see if it made the cut.
Okay.
I do want to say, though, I just love this line. Keep reading to see the vibrators that'll treat your clit like a hapless pigeon getting sucked into a jet engine, leaving nothing but a sea of feathers and confusion. Oh, and it's got a picture of a pigeon.
It does have a pigeon and an engine. Yes.
All right. So, come on, Cletus. Rose toy.
Oh yeah, we saw this one.
I have this one. This is a real toy.
Yeah.
It's lots of people love it. It was too rough for me. It was the section was a little abusive, but
if you're not careful, it'll suck your clit clean off. Yeah.
It does. It feels like that could happen. The biggest problem I had with this toy, however, was not the suction, was the fact that you see where all those pedals are.
Yeah.
All your happy juices get in there, and it is a bitch to clean. You got to get like full on scrub brush in there and go at it for like 5 minutes. It's like getting dirt out from under your nails. That was my biggest problem with this toy.
Dishwasher not an option.
No, it's not dishwasher safe.
I would have loved it if you were like, my biggest problem with the toy is that it costs $37.99.
No, that's inexpensive for a sex toy. I have a sample coming for a male stroker machine to try next week that goes for $160, and that's pretty average now.
You mean that Sharon is going to try next week?
Yes, the Sharon will be trying a new one.
All right, let's see the next one. The Lilo Sona.
Oh, she has that.
I like these. Yep.
So, all right, 2 for 2 so far.
Yeah, I like Lilo products. Lilo in general produces a really high quality product. This is a good sucker. I am a fan of it. And it is like a small bird being caught by a deadly force of gusting wind. Yes, but it'll make you come in about 35 seconds. It's great.
No shit.
Timer. Yes. Timer.
Yeah.
Wow.
I can do this in the time it takes them to take a pee at night and then roll over and go to sleep.
I like this. It pops up with the next story we should read. For oral sex position, he fucking owes you. All right, the next one. Better Love Butterfly Clitoral Stimulator. Kind of basic looking, I will say.
There's a lot out there. This is kind of the standard one. I have not tried Better Love, but it looks like most of the standard clit suckers out there right now.
It kind of looks like those the balls that shoot ping pong balls, the things that shoot ping pong balls.
Yes, it does.
It does go on there.
All right. So 2 for 3 so far. Also $26.99. I mean, pretty good.
Satisfier is a great line. This is the Satisfier Pro 2. And I am a big fan. Satisfier lives up to its name. They're a high quality product. They recharge regularly. They hold a good charge. This has a really nice level of suction, and is the way the handle and stuff is designed is easy to use, even if you have a bit of arthritis.
So this is for anyone who's ever wanted to know what it's like getting sucked into a black hole. Because apparently this vibrator comes close. 11 different intensities.
Mm-hmm.
Purple tunnel friendly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So wow, you're supposed to use different intensities on it. I am learning a lot, guys. I thought you just rub it vigorously.
Oh no.
Sometimes you want it gentle. Sometimes you want it, sucking like a jet engine.
All right, the Womanizer Duo.
Yes. The Womanizer is the ones that really cemented this technology. The Duo comes with an insertable aspect. So for people who enjoy insertables, for people who like G-spot stimulation, this is a great toy. Womanizer is kind of top of the line for sucking vibrators, and $219 is worth the price. This, if I was going to go for a splurge for G-spot stimulation and clit sucking, this would be one I'd go with.
Yeah, because it'll definitely have your clit begging for mercy at the brink of death itself. It has that, but then it's also great for foreplay. See, the line
that follows is even better.
This is the crazy thing. Men on the podcast specifically, because I can't talk to the fucking audience, but wouldn't you feel a little down on yourself if you spent $230 on like a pocket pussy?
Yeah.
For myself? Oh, okay.
Yeah. Well, because guys are gross.
Ron, you tried $200 pocket pussy. The thing that looked like a ray gun, that's a $200 pocket pussy.
Yeah, but you got it for free. There's a difference.
But think about it. You try it out. It's like, okay. I know the Peter pump was. Wow, that was scary.
I've gotten well worth my money's worth on that story that sucked him in.
All right, so that is it.
I remember I was working on a bit where if I was ever on Naked and Afraid, I would just bring like a fleshlight. And just
traumatize the woman.
Why not?
Just traumatize the woman. It's like, really?
I'm not going to be bugging you. All right, so I feed myself.
So I just want to read this because it did pop up again. For oral sex position, he fucking owes you. Now it's for 20. Now, well, she looks pissed.
You look like, what's wrong, honey?
It's from 2017, so I'm sure it needs to be updated. The pillow tilt.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, this is just oral, or is it?
This is just oral.
Yeah,
that seems basic.
Put a slight spin on the classic by wedging a pillow under your hips to give your cooch a lift.
Yes,
it gives Josh, I don't know who the fuck Josh is, better access to your parts, thus increasing your pleasure. And honestly, it's about your pleasure tonight.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Eat some puss on a pillow because you owe her at least that fucking much.
Well, and I will say, especially if you get like a sex wedge, they're great because they get that your junk up in the air. And so for the guy or whoever's eating you out, you're not having to put your head down in that weird position. It's much more comfortable. And especially if your shoulder has a lot of tension in their neck and shoulders, it's a fantastic way. The other thing is, if you are doing missionary and you can get that puss up in the air on a wedge, you get a much deeper drive.
Interesting. Then there's the throne. Sit on the edge of the bed or chair and have him kneel in front of you until he's staring right at your vag. You'll feel powerful and praised as he goes to town on you. And while you're in this position, you might as well have him lean into the role play and utter an apology for looking at your phone when you were in the shower.
Dang.
Yep.
All right.
Push him off with your foot when you're done. Just knock him to the ground.
He knows that now, and that's why he's on his knees, apologizing with his tongue. Then there's the crouch. All right, this is basically face sitting.
Yeah. Yep.
Right. And then woof.
Yep.
Oh, from the back.
Yeah.
Taking it up a few notches by doing cunnilingus doggy style. Okay, that's all. I mean,
Josh doesn't want to have his face that close to your butt. Too fucking bad.
Josh needs to learn to eat some ass.
I like this too. Right after that line, it says he didn't tell you that his parents were coming over. They saw your dirty kitchen and your vibrator on your desk. Show your butt into his face and come in his eyes. He fucking owes you.
Damn. Oh, okay.
Oh, Josh, you're a horrible human being. One thing I did want to ask you, since you are like the kink master, is I told these guys about the trailer for Perverted Family.
Oh, yeah.
Now, I know we're not supposed to kink shame and all that. I get it. But in this, it's pretty extreme.
Yeah.
And one of them, I'm just curious if you can see the appeal in this. And one of them, she basically, her anus is prolapsed and it rosebuds out. And they're basically licking it as if it were a clit.
So I haven't watched the whole trailer. I have been reading about it. It does have some buzz going on. And the general concern of people in the kink community isn't the consensual activities between the adults, but that it borders on incest in some, where they're like baking dad's, come into cupcakes and feeding it to the kid. Like, that's not consensual. There's a lot of borders being crossed. It sounds like a very incestuous family, and that's where my concerns would come in. If it's consensual activities between adults, even if it's not your thing, and there's plenty of things that aren't my thing, right? And that I don't necessarily want to be around or I find a turnoff. But if it's between two consenting adults who've negotiated this and they're doing it in a safe and healthy way, cool beans. But it's when you have the non-consent, when you're bringing in family members, that I'm never okay with. Like,
so it's not like a typical porn where they say, "Hey, sis," it's
right.
It's actual family.
No,
I don't know if it is or not, but the way it's set up, it's supposed to portray them like that. And it, from what I've been reading on it, it sounds like some of this was not consensual in different ways. And that's where I would have a problem with it.
Really? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
There was you were talking about putting the goo in cupcakes and feeding them. There was a lady that just got arrested for, I believe, was it cookies?
No.
What was it she made? Shit. Now I got to look it up.
I'm looking it up right now.
But yeah, just what the fuck? Because I would be. And the thing is, it's just fucking horrible.
No, it is. It's cupcakes. Ex-teacher who fed students semen laced cups.
Yeah, that's not
41 years.
Yeah, that's not okay in any way, shape, or form.
Yep, I agree.
Like what the what?
Guilty on second-degree rape, production of pornography. Oh, you got a lot.
Yeah, there's a lot.
41 years is now making a lot more sense. I thought it was just the cupcakes.
Yeah, no, various sex crimes. 68 were dropped as in plea agreement. Yeah, that's a lot. 150 criminal
charges. Jesus.
Right. Yeah.
Well, and the thing is, her ex-husband was a deputy. So a teacher and a cop, two people you should be able to trust.
Yeah.
He looks like he's happy. It's like, great.
Jesus.
Wow.
So getting back to the perverted family thing, because one thing I did want to ask you, because I was talking with these guys, porn stash cash, which we had on the other day. I think they're in agreement with me that like some of the scenes in there, some of the stuff when it comes to kink, I feel is being put out there more for shock value than there is actually an audience for it.
Yeah. Just like there are with horror movies and other things, there's certain filmmakers who will really want to push that genre to the edge to see what they can do to generate some interest, to click and get views, right? You can only watch so many porns that involve, little oral sex, little vaginal sex, little anal sex, and you call it good. You cream pie on the ass and woohoo, we're done, right? I mean, there's a lot of that, right?
What is this cream pie on the ass? I've never heard of this.
That's new and unusual.
That's not how you make a pie.
So just like you do in other film genres, there's people who are always going to want to push the boundaries, and it sounds like this one is. There's definitely some that push the grossness factor and the extreme level of it to get views, to get people to watch. And so, sure, that happens in porn like everything else. And what appeals, my favorite thing when it comes to porn is Pornhub every month puts out what are the most popular searches in each state. And I mean, they're consistent most of the time. Lesbian, Asian, California's big one is always Asian, BDSM, gay is big in the South, right? And then actually, occasionally you'll have some that'll pop up. Like for some reason, Tennessee will occasionally have months where Paul Blart is the most popular. Right? No, it's been more than once that Paul Blart has been the top search in Tennessee. Wow. And it's like, I'm going, how much Paul Blart role play?
Blart is a sex symbol.
It's
There's a lot of security guards that want to feel attractive.
Right?
Yeah, we
actually segue porn.
Yeah. We actually we discussed this on here because this is how I actually met the porn stash guys. Because I sent this, and one thing I was always curious about is droopy balls.
Yep.
And then Goth Hospital, which I didn't know is like a big thing apparently.
Yeah, you'll like, and you can see here again in Tennessee, you got Kevin James. What the hell is going on? Why? I don't know. But you can also see what happens when things become taboo, because you look at Mississippi, Alabama, all South Carolina, it's all ebony. Right. Wow. They're all looking for racial porn. You go through the middle of the country, it's lesbian again. Right. Librarians for some reason. Daughter. Yeah. Librarian in Montana, because we know there's not a lot of books there. Right. Like these things pop up. So, you can see what's trending. The other thing is with them is you can see whenever like a new Call of Duty comes out, because the traction on their site will drop for 3 days significantly. Like it drops by 40 to 60% for 3 days while everybody plays Call of Duty, and then it'll go back up to normal.
Wow.
And you also know when Facebook has gone down because there's numbers spike. Yeah. It's like, Facebook not working. Okay, switch over to Pornhub. Let's look for some librarian porn.
In the good old days, there was a power outage and then you'd have a birth spike 9 months later. And now it's just Facebook goes down, you have a wank spike.
Yep. By the way, guys, I just want to let you know I'm looking up Kevin James porn videos.
Oh, no.
And apparently it's an old, like 1970s actor named Kevin James.
Oh, that makes more sense.
I thought I had a chance to get into the business.
I was very confused because Kevin James will pop up a lot. I didn't realize it was not the Paul Blart.
Oh.
Yeah,
I'm afraid to ask what Kevin James looks like.
Yeah, I'm trying to
find a clean one.
Yeah, to where there's no fucking penis and push. And
that's going to be hard on a porn search.
But I'm pumped.
All right, I found him. Wow. Yeah. Well, I was about to be like, it's grainy. And then I'm like, well, it's the fucking 70s. So, I mean, there's not going to be any HD or anything.
Right.
Oh, he looks like in season 1 of Dexter, the brother that was a killer.
I was going to say he looks like the handyman from One Day at a Time in the original.
Joe
Schneider.
Schneider. Yeah, Schneider. Yeah,
Schneider didn't have hair like that. It was greasy.
You shave it off, he kind of looks like Hank Azaria.
Yeah.
You shave everything off, he'll look like Hank Azaria in Brockmire.
But now I'm wondering, Brockmire was the best.
Dark.
You know what? I got to say, Rob, you are, I think you nailed it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Who were you guys saying the other one was?
Schneider from One Day at a Time.
There it is right there.
Yeah.
This guy? No. That song right there.
I'm not seeing it.
You're not seeing it?
No, the brother. More of the brother.
It's more the brother. You're right.
Yeah.
This guy looks like a methed out fucking Charles Bronson.
Ooh, nice.
I mean, look at that, dude.
Yeah.
This guy's like, I'm going to steal some shit and buy some meth.
I was thinking Burt Reynolds, but okay, I can go with that one.
Yeah.
They actually have a One Day at a Time. They rebooted the version and put a Latin family now.
Yep.
So
is that still going on? I think Rita Moreno was in it, right?
Yeah, it's on I think Netflix.
I don't know. It's something my mom was watching.
That does not look like Schneider.
I was going for a Burt Reynolds. I was like, maybe a Burt Reynolds type.
It's a porn stash.
It's the porn stash.
It is.
Do you guys have anything else you want to discuss?
It's like, I know you got to bail, so it's like
I got a couple of minutes.
It's going to be.
Yeah, I'm sorry it had to go short. I will put out there that Fat Chicks is coming back. I'm going to try and start dropping them this Sunday with all the back edited stuff. Yes, Sharon, you have some work to do. And
yes, I got work.
As always, it's lovely to see you all.
Yeah, guys, do you want to stay on? We'll bullshit for a bit.
Sure.
Sweet.
Okay.
Thanks for having me on. Enjoy your bullshit. And Sharon, when you're done, would you zip up the bag behind you? Thank you.
That's why I turned off the camera.
Yeah, zip up the bag or else the gimp will get out.
Okay, quick story. So one of my dear friends in Sacramento is in the kink scene. And he had negotiated. I know, shocking. He had negotiated this scene with this guy who liked to be dressed in a gimp suit and then chained to the toilet and ignored.
Oh no!
And so he had the guy chained on the toilet and ignored. Then he scheduled a hookup with another guy who came up to his apartment and was walking there. He's like, "Oh, ignore the gimp," and they went back and did their thing, and then went back out, and then he went back and paid attention to the gimp. And I just have to say, this is why I love gay men: is you're like, just ignore the gimp chained to the toilet, come back for this one night stand, and we're all cool. Like that is a level of sexual freedom that I strive for. I've never had to tell somebody to ignore the person chained to my toilet while we go hook up for a quickie. Like that is.
I have a tough time performing under that. Like, does he need help?
Like this is just a day. This is a Tuesday, right? Like this is. It's why I love the kink community. Is some of these things you're just like, yeah, okay, cool, like. And then I love watching Sharon's face as he hears these stories from my friend who's destroyed his world in so many ways, and it makes me so happy. When he told Sharon about Peggy, and you could just see all of the blinders falling off, and it was fantastic.
I mean, butt pirates. I mean, you never think that's what it means. It's like, oh, okay. Cabin boys are used for this.
Yep.
Dang. Movies should stop. They should stop making movies. Can you go, I want to be a pirate. No, you don't. No, you don't. No, you don't.
All right, Auntie Vice, thank you for coming on. Have fun with your class.
Thank you. I'll talk to you all soon.
Later.
Bye. Bye.
It's always fun when she's here.
It is. So one thing I do want to discuss with you guys, since, we're fans of, the hot politicians.
What happened?
You guys hear about this chick? Jesus, what is up with all these ads? Good Lord. Well, I guess
they heard you.
I guess it's just going to be barely fucking anything.
Abby Boyle.
Yeah, congressional candidate apologized for drunkenly berating tween girls at slumber party and then throwing up in hamper.
Hey.
So this is Abby Broyles right here.
Let me guess. I'm guessing she's on the conservative side.
Sharon, what do you say?
I'm saying conservative also.
Nope. Democrat.
Really?
She
Yep.
looks
At least that's what it said on one of the ones I read.
Democrat, yeah. Abby Boyle.
Wow.
Yeah, Democrat. So I like this. Americans are split on whether climate crisis is real. Everyone should have affordable blah, blah, blah. There is, however, one thing on which all Americans can agree. Attending a middle school sleepover, getting drunk, taking sleeping pills, berating a bunch of preteens, and vomiting in a hamper is not a good look if you're trying to get elected to Congress.
Wow. And she was trying to get elected. Ugh.
There's one seat they're not getting back in November.
There goes that Oklahoma.
Yeah, fucking one of the many, unfortunately. Let's see. It was a Valentine's Day sleepover hosted by the daughter of one of her friends.
Titanic.
Ooh, ouch. The name's calling.
Yeah. Broyles got drunk and started lashing out at the girls. Broyles says she does not remember what happened, but she's accused of calling one of the girls an acne fucker, one of them a Hispanic fucker, and one of them a judgy fucker.
Wow.
At least one of the girls left the room crying. Well, duh. I wonder, which fucker do you think left the room?
I was saying her daughter.
I know. I was thinking acne fucker.
Yeah.
That hits.
Now, I don't know. I mean, it's been a long time since I've been that drunk, but they're horrible, but I always love the names you come up with when you're that trashed. It's just like, what? And it feels like it's the best fucking thing. Instead of helping me sleep, I hallucinated because she mixed medication with wine. Stupid bitch.
I like this. I don't remember anything until I woke up or came to and I was throwing up in a hamper.
Sorry from the bottom of my heart. I didn't apologize for any hurt. Sometimes when you get drunk, you tell the truth very quickly.
Yeah. Well, it's like that. It's like that conservative judge, the one that what she said the N-word, like dropped it heavily, and then she was like, "I was drinking and mixing sleeping pills." It's like,
yeah.
I don't know about you. I've done that, and I've never dropped the N-word.
Hey, you did that sober.
Touche.
Didn't you send me a story about the porn star running for?
Oh yeah. Let me stop sharing.
Sarah Matthews. It's like she's one of the girl's daughters, mothers.
Yeah, let me pull it up real quick.
You got an uphill battle being a Democrat in Oklahoma to begin with. That's not going to help.
They're going to use that for their campaign. Or do you want a drunken mother, basically?
The only thing she had going for her was she was kind of cute. Looked like Rachel Harris.
Yeah, she had a face of charm.
All righty. So let's see. Former stripper Alexandra Hunt is running for Congress as soft on crime candidate. Soft. I'm sorry, I couldn't resist. An ex-stripper from New York left behind her platform shoes for a political platform running for Congress in Philadelphia's 3rd district. She stripped during college to pay the bills, as they do. She is unapologetic about her former career, and she has made it her campaign message. Her website offers t-shirts reading, "I may have danced for money, but I'm no corporate whore." Wow. That's pretty good. And then elect hoes.
Got my vote.
Let's see. Used to fear an age-old stigma attached to sex work, and she was fired as a girls' soccer coach when the team found out.
Which is bullshit.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's actually, I was reading, I don't know if it's this article, but it was an article about her, and it talked about all the people that got fired for doing porn in their, when they were younger. And I was shocked.
I mean, the thing is, it's legal. So what is the big deal? I don't understand.
I kind of want.
Oh, come on. You know, it's the factor.
I'm just saying it's like.
That's her?
Yeah. I mean, it's not, I'm not saying she's got my vote because she's attractive. I'm saying she's got my vote because she fucking gets it.
Yeah.
I don't know. There is still so much stigma. I mean, they really put strippers in the same position they put rapists, and they're like, oh, well, he's a rapist, and like, it's like I didn't know that till now. It's like, really?
Well, that's like everyone got pissed at Kanye for what did he do for his Donda live stream? Did you guys hear about that?
No, what did he do?
He so you paid, it was $200 to get, I guess, sooner access to Donda, which I guess is like
the
this
album.
fucking
his album.
Yeah, it's supposed to be, widely like, oh, it's acclaimed. We need to hear it because he's a fucking genius, which I still don't get. But he had Marilyn Manson teamed up on one of his songs, and they were pissed.
Who was pissed?
Everybody, because he's an accused rapist.
Ooh, got it.
I thought it was funny because one of the articles actually said Kanye brought up some other rap artist, rap artist name, comma, accused rapist Marilyn Manson, comma, and I was like, Jesus Christ, he's a rock singer, guys.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't know. I mean, yeah, obviously, like, you don't want to, like, give Bill Cosby new stuff, but it's like at some point, at some point it's still alleged. I mean, is he still on trial for that, or
no?
Is it?
No. Yeah, he's got acquitted.
Yeah, he's out.
He got acquitted. No, I'm not talking about Cosby. I'm talking about Manson.
No, I think they're still
working it out.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's that whole innocent till proven guilty thing. I'm not saying give them the benefit of the doubt, but at the same time, it's like, well, shit. I mean, I could go right now and say Nick raped me, and now you're an accused rapist, and what are you going to do about it? And now it's like you lose your job because I said something with no fucking, and no, he didn't. Couldn't get it up. No, but I mean, it's just,
if you saw Rob, you wouldn't blame me.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, dang.
You could braid my ass shut. But it's just, that's the part that, because it's like, oh, here's a rich guy. I can accuse him of something. Maybe I'll get a settlement out of court. Like the Michael Jackson thing. I don't doubt that he probably touched kids, but I'm sure a lot more people accused him of it than really
took advantage of it.
Yeah, then he really, it's like, who the fuck is that? I don't even know this kid. No, you diddled my kid. I don't even know who you are. No, you better give us some money to shut us up.
Well, that's the issue. That's been a big issue with who claims are real and which ones are fake.
Yeah.
I mean, I know I hate to put it together but there actually is a handicapped gentleman who actually goes around patrolling areas to look for establishments that don't have a handicap ramp or anything, and then sues them for it.
My uncle, it happened to my uncle.
He did? Okay.
Oh yeah, that guy. He went to his, and what he did apparently is he actually busted out a tape measure, and if it was like, it's supposed to be, I think, 36 feet, and if it was 34, he filed a lawsuit.
Yeah,
that's rough.
Yeah, but I mean, the dude makes bank. I mean, that's his job. So
but still, I mean, the thing is, it's one of those things where you're ruining it for the people that are trying to do the right thing.
Right.
Because there are people, it's like now you're making it harder for a lot of, I don't know.
Well, then it also, I was watching, do you guys have Showtime?
Yeah.
No.
There's a documentary about Bill Cosby.
Yes. We need to talk to Bill Cosby with W. Kamal Bell. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a 3-part.
On Amazon.
Oh, can you?
Yeah. Well, Amazon with Showtime hooked up to it or some nonsense. But yeah.
There you go. But it's it's interesting because one thing, and I was talking to somebody about this with the Marilyn Manson thing, is I was like, yeah, let's say he is a rapist. I can separate his actions from his music and still enjoy his music. And that's what they were saying about Cosby. They were like, look, I can. Well, some people were saying it. Most people were not. But some people were like, I can separate his actions with the Cosby Show and still be like, the Cosby Show is a damn good show, regardless of what was going on.
Sure.
But see, that's the biggest issue right now. People are trying to you're either one way with it or you're another way with it. You either look at it as, I don't believe anything that person said, whatever, let's keep it going. Or you're solely enamored that I can't believe we let this guy get this far for what he did.
Well, I mean,
and some people just got, was that?
No, I'm
Clarence
saying,
Thomas?
like, no, Thomas Jefferson banging Sally Hemings. So, I mean, do we say we shouldn't acknowledge him as one of the guys that helped put together the government because he did bad things? Or, I mean, at that, you could always say, I don't know, it's just what you did back then, which is fucked. But I don't know. It's you can't separate the guy from the actions, and then it's all cancel culture all over again, which is what I don't think anyone is consistent on.
Well, and somebody got mad at me because, as most people on Twitter do, they get mad because I made this comparison. And granted, it's a leap. I will tell you guys right now, it is a leap. So disclaimer. Do not get mad, audience. Don't get mad. But I was like, how can you then say, like, Marilyn Manson's a rapist, always a rapist. You need to hate his shit. And then when I bring up the fact that Martin Luther King was an adulterer, yet we praise him for civil rights stuff. So we separate that. It's like, why can't we do that with everybody?
Well, unfortunately, MLK died during his, martyring. So they kind of look at that like, well, you can't use that against him because he's fighting this and struggling. And I hate to say it, but unfortunately, you never see white people use Malcolm X a lot. So they basically try to keep Martin Luther King as no, you can't see my. I mean, it's getting to the point where even Republicans are using Martin Luther King to say how bad these things are. It's like, so Martin Luther King said this. It's like. But it's not in that context, man.
They have been usurping his I want to be judged on the content of my character. They have been that. And what's funny is that it was on Rob, you watch it last week tonight.
Yeah.
Did you see it?
Once in a while, no.
Oh, well, it's on recently, and he talked about that. And he even showed a clip of Martin Luther King being like, well, when I said that, it was very naive, and we need to take a step back from that.
I mean, as I have dream speech.
I mean, shit, you can find, if you dig hard enough, you could find enough info. You could find someone saying anything.
Yeah.
You could probably, if you looked hard enough, I don't know. But there was a comic that was talking about the Martin Luther King thing about, all the girlfriends he had.
Uh-huh.
And he said, no, it was three at last. I got three girlfriends.
Nice. Nice.
Well, that's like, here, I'll show you. You mentioned, you could find somebody saying anything. Have you guys seen this clip of
Elvis?
Elvis?
The best head.
That's not actually him, is it?
Hold on. I need to share sound. Yeah, it's him.
It's actually him?
Yeah, when he was kind of fat.
He didn't look that fat there.
Share sound.
Looks skinnier than me.
Where is it? It's a short clip, at least.
I got a girl that wants to meet you, and he goes along.
Oh my God! Takeoff time will be at 8:15. You know that girl I was with last night? Good dog? Oh, man.
So he says, that girl I was with last night, and then his other person says that dog, and he says, oh man, that's somebody. She gave great head, boy.
She gave great head. Hey Joe, that chick last night gave greatest head.
And like I bet you at the time he was like, this isn't gonna go anywhere.
Right.
But he was actually supposedly he was talking about an underage chick.
Lovely.
Yeah, because he's into that. Well, a lot of them back in those days were into underage girls. Some of them even married them.
Was underage when he was messing with her, right?
I mean, Chuck Berry messed with some. I mean, they ain't that far. They're into that. Some of them even sing songs with it.
Well, shoot, you got fuck. Was it? Yeah, it was the Beatles. Like she's just 17. If you know what I mean, it's like
Well, wasn't there a Meatloaf song?
I'm not sure.
He sung about that.
But then there's
it was Ted Nugent.
Christine. Oh yeah,
Ted Nugent. What was it? I'm trying to think.
I don't know. But Kiss had Christine 16. which yuck.
Yeah.
Well, I'm saying, you think about how it was back then and how it changed now. You kind of see there's a slight
Jailbait. Yeah.
Yeah. Jailbait. Ted Nugent.
I don't care if you're just 13. You look too good to be true. I just know that you're probably clean because there's one thing I got to do to you.
Wow.
Yuck.
Wow.
Jailbait. You look so good to me. Jailbait. Won't you set me free? Yeah.
Wow.
I like this. She likes us boys when it's time to get down. She's got this craving for the underage. I just might be your mama's brand new rage.
Ew. Wait, the last one. It's quite all right. I asked your mama. Wait a minute, officer. Don't put that handcuffs on me. Put them on her, and I'll share her with you.
Wow.
Wow.
The 70s were a weird time, weren't they?
Well, shoot. But I mean, if you go back to like the 50s, it wasn't uncommon for someone to be married with kids at 15.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't know. Again, it's one of those, you have to put it in the time period.
But even if you even go further and even go across the country, they will marry off their daughters that are like 15, 16. I mean, even the quinceañera, that was actually a parade to men to say, hey, she's ready. That's what it was for.
Yeah, she bled. Come and get it.
So, I mean, you just look at 15 as just as a sign of, oh yeah, she's okay, ready for my property to give up. Who's going to take it? Who? I mean, it's a scary thought. I mean, Sweet 16.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Honestly, Sharon, I thought you were going to be like, I mean, 15, it's just a number.
I can't because I got a daughter now, 16. I just kind of get scared every freaking moment I look around. Like, there is some idiots out there. They're
100 years ago, she'd be like on her third kid.
Scary thought. But no,
it's died of rickets, but still
died of rickets. Wow,
fucking rickets. Jesus.
I don't know. It sounds like a fucking old disease.
I can see that rickets. Died of exposure.
Dysentery, whatever. Yeah.
I mean, you could die of masturbation back then. That was a legitimate thing.
Oh, that kid, man! I can't believe that kid died. Masturbate too hard. I think he died
with a smile on his face.
He died with a smile on his face. Yeah, could not believe that. But no, your situation with that, separating the two separating the star for what he did in music wise to separating it's just the weird. I'm my hero. You can't. Why do you not separate the bad and the good? It's like, okay.
But then there's the other side where don't support it after they've done it because they still get royalties. Like the fucking guy, Gary Glitter.
Oh, okay.
Who's been convicted of, pedophilia.
Yeah.
I guess he moved to Thailand. I think he got in trouble over there too.
Well,
every time they play that, I think it was Rock and Roll Part 2, that, the song I'm talking about.
Yeah.
They play at sports games all the time.
Yeah.
He gets like, hey, a tenth of a penny every time that's played, but you play it a million fucking times.
Yes.
You're paying this guy's legal bills. I mean, at that point, you're like, no, I'm not supporting that.
Which, by the way, you got to fuck up bad to get in
Thailand,
arrested in Thailand. Yeah, you got to do some shit, man.
This is a country that invented sex tourism.
Yeah.
Now you're too fucked up for us.
They're like, we'll let you do them young, but you were doing them young.
To the point they had to complain. It's like, I need a complaint.
Oh.
I need to put a complaint for him.
If you already had a Gary Glitter album, because I guess that's when that shit came out, or a tape, go ahead and play it because he's not making money off of it. But if you're giving money to the guy, fuck him.
Let's see. Oh, shit.
What?
Here it is.
What'd you find?
I found what he got because I want to know what the fuck. Man. Let's see. God damn. Fucking, let's see. Gary Glitter, Thailand vows to ensure disclosure. Oh, returns to the UK. Oh, released from Vietnamese prison. Let's see. What did he do?
Oh, it was Vietnam, not Thailand.
Where that's a lot of bullshit. Here we go. He was arrested at Ho Chi Minh City Airport. We were trying to board a flight to Bangkok. He was convicted in March last year when the trial. Oh, that's in Whatever, though. The court said Glitter had molested the girls repeatedly at his villa and nearby hotels. So it doesn't say exactly what he got arrested for in there.
That's okay. I mean, we just know he did. So,
yeah.
I think it's more sad that he's still allowed to keep doing what he's doing.
Yeah. Well, fucking shit. What's his name? Roman Polanski.
Yeah.
I mean,
incarcerated.
Yeah, let's see if we can find out his fucking arrest and shit. Career, sex offenses. There's a lot. Holy shit, dude. Like, good Lord, man.
Yeah. 10 and 11.
Yeah, 2 girls.
Fuck. He denied being a pedophile, and claimed not to knowingly had sex with anyone. 10 or 11, I mean,
you can't even say if there's grass on the field, play ball.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's just
close hearing, 3-judge panel of a Supreme Court in Vietnam per Glitter and reduces sentence. So
what is
Philippines
this?
Barred him from coming in the country.
Look at this. He shared a cell with 18, blah, 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 blah. He suffered from high blood pressure and was put on medication and told to stop buying beer from the prison canteen. You could buy beer?
Yeah.
In prison?
Yeah.
Well, this is in
Vietnam.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
Intestinal problems.
There's more allegations. Jesus Christ, dude.
19 countries, including Cuba, Cambodia, and the Philippines, announced they would refuse entry to Glitter. You pissed off 19 countries, dude.
Good Lord. Oh, as of mid-2021, Glitter is incarcerated at HM Prison The Verne, which is in England. Okay. So he's at least behind bars. But Jesus Christ, that's a lot of sex offenses. Like I had to scroll like a lot.
Start from 97 on. Like he's just doing work.
Ooh, he could have faced execution by firing squad, and that was in Vietnam.
Well, that would have been awesome.
Wow. And they should play that song as they shoot.
Oh, that hurts.
Okay, on the first, hey, that's when you fire.
I'll probably go for the third, just so he doesn't know when it's coming.
Oh, here it is. March 2005. He rented a luxury seaside villa and applied for permanent Vietnamese residency. Came to the attention of the Vietnamese authority after being banned from a nightclub for allegedly groping a teenage waitress. Eyewitnesses also reported seeing him take 2 young girls into his home. Let's see. He fled his home. A 15-year-old girl was found living in his flat and was questioned by authorities, searching for Glitter. Okay, so that's why.
And
Six Vietnamese girls and women aged 11 to 23 claimed that Glitter had sex with them.
Oh,
man, 23, go for it.
11.
Yeah, well, I mean the 23. I mean, unless it's rape, which I get, but 11.
Yeah, no. Ah, boy.
Hey,
but they said there was a lack of evidence on it. He was charged for lack of evidence. Like I said, there is so many people that I consider as heroes. I mean, even what's the old boy from Kiss, the bass player. I mean, he's been looked at so many times as sexual assaults and stuff. And
Gene Simmons,
Simmons, yeah.
Well,
so I mean,
claimed over 10,000 women, didn't he?
Yeah,
10 or 20.
Yeah. So I mean,
like Wilt Chamberlain was 10 or 20.
Yes.
It was one of the one was one.
Wilt
One
was 3,000. I think Wilt Chamberlain
he was
3,000.
more than that.
Yeah, no, it was a double digit for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, the thing is, I don't know, because I remember like Gene Simmons. I guess they were giving him shit because I guess like one night he took home like some beauty pageant queen. And then the next day it was like some nasty chick and he's, hey, you can't have steak forever or every night. It's like, dude, he just didn't give a shit. He's like, I just need to put my dick in something. So I wouldn't doubt that.
I have such respect for him for
Yeah.
saying
Really?
that's an amazing line, dude.
Can't have steak every night.
Wow.
But I'm sure that girl felt great.
Probably had a story.
Like I let him come on my face, man.
But no, there's a lot. But I get what you're saying. There's a lot out there just disturbingly is close to like, okay, where do I like just like what you said right now about Gene Simmons? Where do I basically feel like he's my, not a hero, but he's nonchalant. He should be looked at as great till he's a scumbag,
I don't think there's anyone in the world that doesn't think he's a scumbag. But
but I'm saying
even
like
people that like him, it's like, oh, he's a fucking asshole. But
right.
They liked his music.
I was going to say he's in a popular band. Who gives a shit?
So it's a little hard to say, a little hard to put down to. It's like he's a glitter. It's like I love the music, but he's this.
I don't. That song is played way too fucking much.
But that's what a lot of songs. I mean, heck, even freaking "We Will Rock You." I mean, that's played so many freaking times. I mean. That's great. But the Gary Glitter song, there is no singing. It's literally like, hey.
I mean, it's a catchy tune, but yeah.
But I mean, he's a singer, right? Like he didn't make the music. So his most famous song is him just going, hey.
I mean, maybe he made the music. I don't fucking know. A lot of singers write their own shit. I don't know.
Yeah, he's getting paid for it.
Yeah, exactly. Stop buying his shit.
Watch us get nailed for fucking copyright because
you're pissed about Kanye recording with Marilyn Manson. Don't buy his shit. It's that simple.
How dare you express logic, sir?
Yeah. I mean, you don't have to cancel them. Just fucking talk with your wallet.
Yeah. Plus, it doesn't matter. We're going to be nuclear bombed by Russia pretty soon anyway. So all this thing may not even come out, guys.
Joy.
I will say this. Anybody that says I didn't expect him to do it, you're a fucking idiot.
Yeah. It was funny. They were talking about, they're like, he's going to wait until after the Olympics because he didn't want to step on China's toes. And that's exactly what he fucking did.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, I was driving up. I was driving up from Sacramento and saw someone throwing a Ukraine sign, just waving it out there with me. I was like, okay, it's getting down to the nitty.
Oh yeah, no, they fucking took Chernobyl. Did you guys see that?
No, I didn't know about that.
They took Chernobyl. Yeah, and they took some airport. And then of course, Duran, God bless him, sends me a picture of, I guess, bases that were taken out in the Ukraine. And then he sends me another picture of American labs. And apparently Russia is taking out all the American labs.
Sure they are.
And it's like, yeah. I mean, I sincerely, I want to have that imagination where I believe that's true. Like I want to, because that would be great. I mean, I'd be an idiot, but that would be great to have that kind of an imagination to be like.
They were storage pens for all of, Hillary Clinton's pedophile activities. That's why they're doing it.
Follow the bodies.
It has nothing to do with the fact that Ukraine has like super rich resources and all this crap. Apparently, no, it's Hillary's fault. But yeah. Anyway, this has gone down a bad fucking hole.
All right.
I mean, it was good until I brought up Ukraine. So yeah, let's.
Was it though?
Hey, we found out there's pedophiles. Elvis.
Yeah. Well, we knew that.
We already knew that. Yeah.
I didn't know Ted Nugent. I mean, I just thought he was a nut.
Yeah.
Good old 13. Oh,
jailbait.
Come on, officer. I'll share her.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Oh, the 70s.
Off me.
All right. I just want to thank Auntie Vice for coming on. I'm sorry Danny D couldn't do it, but hopefully she's on next week because Damon Sumner is he's a pretty awesome guy, pretty funny. I know Sharon won't be here next week, but he will be on after.
I will not. Yeah. Well, no. Yeah, third, right? It's third.
Yeah. You'll be in Galt or whatever.
Yeah, I'll be in Galt.
All right, guys. Thank you. This was fun, everybody. I'll see you next week.
See ya.
Take care.